In January 2020, I was living in China.
Oh, welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, then my name is Jason, aka Wildman Cobra, aka Mr. Yois.
No, I wasn't that twat. What I mean is, I was living and working in China, and then along came this little thing called and I packed my bags and I got the hell out of there. Now, right now in Taiwan, we can see a similar situation taking place. The virus is on the rise, more and more cases every day, but I'm planning to stay put. I am not going to leave Taiwan, and in this video, I'm going to give you my reason why. But first, I'd better get to work. So let's get on the streets of Taiwan and I'll continue this video. Let's go. It is raining in Taiwan. Woo! Now, before this video begins, I'd just like to make this absolutely clear right from the start, okay? This is not an attack against the Chinese people. This is a critique of the Chinese government, okay? The people are not really linked to the government as far as I'm concerned, and as far as a lot of people are concerned. Even if the people are complicit in what the government tells them to do, it's really because they have absolutely no choice. So I love Chinese people. I do not like the Chinese government, full stop. I think I'm gonna have to record this video a bit later on my walk home from work. It's really raining heavy here, but this is great. I mean, look at this. This is what Taiwan needs, but this is not what I need on my walk to work, that's for sure. Oh my God. Oh my God. I must be absolutely out of my mind to think that I could have filmed this video outside in this rain today. Luckily, as you can see, the rain stopped, so I've come out here on my balcony. Hopefully it won't start again. But yeah, let's get this video rolling, shall we? So the virus was there. My school had closed down. Lots of new restrictions were coming into place. I was teaching online. I was stuck in my apartment quite a lot. And during that time, I was looking online, just reading, you know, all sorts of news about the virus, not only on Western media, but also on the local Chinese media. And I was seeing a lot of stories, a lot of messed up, horrific stories from both sides, from the Western media and from the Chinese media. I was seeing videos of people being locked into their homes and being welded in. It was horrific. Terrifying. I could not believe what I was seeing. I was seeing videos of people being dragged out of their apartments because they were being accused of having the virus, even though there wasn't an actual proper test for the virus at that time. They were being dragged out of their apartment and taken to some sort of fever clinic where just full of other sick people. It truly was a horrifying time. I was also seeing some really just horrible images of restaurants and shops that were not allowing foreigners to enter because the government were pushing this narrative, this insane narrative that foreigners were responsible for the spread of this virus. And the people were just reacting to this crazy narrative by just shunning foreigners, by literally putting signs outside their restaurants saying no foreigners allowed to come in. You can see lots of videos of the Africans in Guangzhou just being forced out of their apartments and put into hotels, and all this crazy stuff was going on. And this narrative was being perpetuated by the government. It wasn't just the people coming to this conclusion. The government were actually pushing this narrative, which really was just, it was quite scary to think that, you know, being a foreigner, I could just literally be lynched on the street. I mean, that's a little bit crazy to think that, but that's the sort of images that were going into my head at the time. That's what I was thinking. And I have a little personal story that I'm going to share with you now. So, when the virus first emerged, I was actually on holiday in Beijing, and I was with some friends. And as part of the holiday, we were going to head to Shandong, which is where one of my friends is from, and spend a little time in some rural, little tiny village in the middle of nowhere in Shandong province, and spend some time with her family for the Chinese New Year. It was a great plan, but then the virus hit, and we found it extremely difficult to get back to Shandong. We ended up renting a car, and we made it back there. And as we were entering the village, it had been barricaded off like some crazy apocalyptic zombie movie that you see. The whole place had been barricaded off. They let us come in, everything was fine. We got to the house, spent the night there. The next day in the morning, I woke up and I decided that I wanted to go for a little walk. My friend didn't want to come with me, and I thought, that's fine, I'll just go for a walk on my own. So I walked through the village, walked around the countryside for about 20 minutes or so. Then out of nowhere, this car pulls up and a guy gets out looking all government, Chinese government guy. You know, he had that belt, he had his t-shirt tucked in and the keys jangling off of his belt. Typical like government looking guy. Asks me where I'm from, what I'm doing there, you know, gives me the Spanish Inquisition. I try to respond to him to the best of my ability. He seems quite satisfied and he just gets in his car and drives off. About 100 meters on, I'm continuing walking, and then all of a sudden, 3 motorbikes just corner me. They circle me, and one guy gets off, extremely aggressive guy, just starts shouting at me saying, "You're from Wuhan, you're gonna spread the virus in this village. What the hell are you doing? Get the hell out of here." I tried to calm him down, tried to tell him exactly what my situation was. I'm spending time with my friends. He was having none of it. Just got it into his head that I was from Wuhan for some reason, maybe because I look different. Do I look like I'm from Wuhan? Does he think that all people from Wuhan look different? What a weirdo. Anyway, yeah, he was just like adamant that I was from Wuhan and I had the virus, and he was not gonna let me leave. He stood in my way. Every time I tried to walk past him, he just got in my way. It was really like quite a worrying thing. And we were attracting the attention of more people. More and more people started to come and crowd around us. It really was just a freak show. Anyway, long story short, the police showed up. They escorted me back to my friend's house. I showed them my passport, explained to them what was going on. Everything was fine. That was really scary, and that made me think, you know, like, if this kind of stuff is just happening in some little village in China, maybe it's going to happen everywhere, and maybe foreigners are going to start getting blamed for the virus. So that's one of the major reasons why I decided just to get the hell out of there, because it really, really was just a scary, scary thing. Couldn't believe that happened. So that's why I left China. I was paranoid. I was afraid. I feared for my life. But I don't feel the same here in Taiwan. I feel safe. And you want to know why I feel safe? Because the government aren't going to lie. They're not going to cover anything up. They're not going to lie about statistics. They're not going to weld people into their homes. They're just going to try and deal with this virus to the best of their ability. And you know what? That's the difference between an authoritarian government like the Chinese people unfortunately have to deal with and a government like Taiwan. The government of Taiwan cares about the people. And the Chinese government, they just care about saving face. The Taiwanese government, they're bringing out new rules. It seems a little draconian, if I'm going to be honest with you. It does seem a little bit excessive. But at the end of the day, they're just doing their best for their people. They're not going to blame foreigners for the virus. Maybe a few people are. Maybe there's going to be a few Taiwanese people who think foreigners are responsible for this virus. And that's fine. But it's not the government that are pushing this narrative. It's not a government perpetuating this crazy notion of foreigners being responsible for the virus. You know, even in the UK, some Asian people were blamed for the virus. That wasn't the government pushing that. That was just some ignorant, narrow-minded idiots. So the government here in Taiwan, they're going to do what's best for their people and what's best for the foreign nationals living here. I feel very confident in them, and I'm very, very happy to be here, and I'm definitely not going to leave here like I did China. Definitely, 100% not. I feel safe. as safe as I ever have been. So anyway, guys, that's another video from me, YGZ Taiwan. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.